What is up, guys? How are you guys doing today? Listen, it's 11:50 at night, um, and let's talk about my favorite Boston team, guys. What's up? The NBA 2022-2023 NBA season is 14 days away, 2 weeks away. I'm absolutely hyped. Um, I cannot wait for the Celtics season to start off versus Sixers opening night, October 18th. Um, I really can't wait. So I'll talk about the Celtics. Celtics, it's been kind of tough, right? So Coach Udoka, the former Celtics coach, got in trouble, got suspended. Um, it's unfortunate. You really can't do anything about that, right? But the thing is with the Celtics, um, I think the Celtics still have that veteran presence on the team. Marcus Smart's been here for 9 years. Al Horford brings a lot to the table, being a leader. And not a lot of people are talking about Jason Tatum being a leader. I know he's 25, 26 years old, but Jason Tatum can still be a leader, right? Jason Tatum is still that guy. Um, Celtics will be fine. Now, first the Hornets, which is a very good preseason game. Celtics came out strong. Jaylen Brown was firing. Um, so Celtics look great in that. It's preseason, kind of like a pickup game, but Celtics look great. Absolutely astonishing. Great to see the Celtics, starting to get into some rhythm. Um, Malcolm Brogdon. I'll get into Malcolm Brogdon in a little bit, but Malcolm Brogdon, I want to talk about him in a little bit because I actually loved what I've seen from Malcolm Brogdon. I think he's what the Celtics been needing for years. He's been what the Celtics been needing since 2017. I know Kyrie and all those guys were good, but it just didn't work out. I think Malcolm Brogdon is what we've been needed in this era. With Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown era, he's been what we've been needed. So anyway, Celtics, I believe, started with Marcus Smart at the point guard at the 1, Derek White at the 2, um, Jaylen Brown at power forward, Jason Tatum small forward. I think Jason Tatum at power forward, and then Al Horford at center, which is kind of odd because you would think Jaylen Brown would be running the 2, right? Jaylen Brown would be the one running the 2, but that's all right. Jaylen Brown will be running the 2, but maybe the new coach sees something. It's a bench coach. He knows. Maybe they're trying to do something. Maybe they're trying to. Celtics do have a lot of point guards. Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, Payne Pritchard, Derek White, JT Davidson too off on the bench. New guy who was a steal in the draft by the Celtics. He was a steal, but Celtics got so much guards, so I think what they're just trying to use as much depth at the point guard as they can, which is all right. So if you're going to start, if the Celtics are trying to go small a little bit and start 2 guards and play a little small, it's fine with me. That's totally fine with me. It's interesting because Jaylen Brown's usually our 2, but different system. So maybe this coach sees something. So we're going to see how it goes. We'll see what tomorrow's lineups are versus the Raptors. I might be going to that game. I'm not sure. But go Celtics anyway. And I'll be here after and before the game. Like I said, guys, I'm very excited. I'm going to be here after every game like I did last year on my podcast. Break down the game, try to do pre-game as much as I do have a job. Trying to give pre-games out best as I can, but definitely post-games. And I'm excited to cover up the Celtics. It's a little late right now, but I love the Celtics. No matter what time it is, I'm always down to talk about the Celtics. You already know how it is. Celtics for life. So let's talk about the off season. Off season was going good. We got Malcolm Brogdon. Celtics got Malcolm Brogdon, who absolutely looks great. Like week 1 game, I'm thinking it's football. Preseason game 1, not week 1. My bad. It's looking great. His eyes are everywhere, left to right. He's looking where to pass the ball. His ability to pass the ball is just, he's the best passer on the Celtics. Let's just be honest. Malcolm Brogdon is willingness to be a playmaker and pass the ball the way he does. and his way to scan the court, scan the floor is absolutely amazing. If Malcolm Brogdon can stay healthy, which is, if he stays healthy, the Celtics team and everybody stays healthy, Celtics are just gonna go on a tear this year. But the East is very tough, right? So we got the Heat, got the Sixers, who are still kind of still a good team. Sixers too. Bulls are still there. Kevin Durant's back with the Nets, even though I heard today Kevin Durant wasn't talking to Steve Nash or whatever. That ain't my team. So we got them. We still got the Bucks. I got the Bucks. Cavaliers new additions look great. Cavs are going to be really good. Top 5 at least. They're going to be really good. Who else am I forgetting? Bucks, Heat, Cavs, Celtics, Sixers. Who else am I forgetting? There's a lot of good teams in the East. Hawks. Am I forgetting anybody? If I'm forgetting anybody, guys, just let me know. I'm definitely forgetting someone, but I want to keep it moving. So I just want to keep this moving. But so off season, getting back on track. It's going good. Celtics got Dino Gallinari and Malcolm Brogdon. Celtics bench was really some good depth. And then Gallinari plays a pro game, I believe, and he gets hurt. Breaks his leg. I think that's what the case was. Or tore his ACL. Hope he gets better, speedy recovery. It happens. It's like we don't want to hear. Injuries happen. Anyway. So, and then Celtics get some new additions. Let go of Aaron Neesmith and Daniel Tice and Romeo Langford. Shout out to you, still my guys. I still think they're going to develop good. It's just in that finals. I know Jason Tatum was not at his best, but in that finals when we needed the bench to come in, try to stretch out the lead. It didn't work against the Golden State Warriors, who I think looking at that team, what they're doing in preseason right now might scare me because I know if you look at what they're trying to develop, they always have something. They always figure out something. They always it's just insane. But anyway, so get back to the bench. You lose Gallinari. 2 days ago, you signed Blake Griffin because Robert Williams is getting surgery. He's going to be out the 8 to 12 weeks, which honestly, with Robert Williams, it's going to be out to December. Celtics don't start till like mid-October. The Celtics can go a month without Robert Williams, and especially the bench that the Celtics have right now and the depth as a big man, we're going to be fine for a little bit without Robert Williams. Hopefully this is the one that gets Rob back, but as of right now, Celtics still look good. This bench is insane with the depth. It's gonna be amazing watching this team. I mean, the Celtics bench has kind of been an issue for the past couple of years. 2020, the bench was pretty good, but bench has been an issue for a little bit. But Celtics will be fine with the bench without Robert Williams. Anyway, so Robert Williams is having surgery. He's going to be out for 8 to 12 weeks. Celtics signed Blake Griffin. Honestly, I do like this move a lot. Blake Griffin brings incredible depth to the bench. I know Detroit, he wasn't at his best. Blake Griffin was not at his best. And in Detroit, we all have seen that. We all have seen it. But what he brought to the Nets just had some issues. It's just where the Nets, as good as Kyrie is, you might think Celtics fan. Yes, I'm going to say it. Listen, I still got to respect players. As good as Kyrie is, he's one of the best shot creators. He's one of the best, might be one of the most skilled player I've ever seen, him or Kobe. And as good as Kyrie is, and as good as Kevin Durant is, I mean, but they were not gelling together on that team. So I think Blake Griffin saw the Celtics, and he's like, I'll go. I mean, need some depth off the bench. He's just brings so much as a defender, He's not the same as 2011. It was 2011, Boy Griffin. Oh my God, Celtics probably gonna win the ship. But it's different, Boy Griffin. But he's only 33. But he still brings stuff into the table, brings to the bench, still brings great depth to the bench. Which Celtics bench is amazing, as I just said. So you have that coming together. So yeah, I think when you have Robert Williams come back healthy, Boy Griffin and Robert Williams sharing the front court, it's just gonna be he just brings so much depth, and the guys like Grant and Al Horford can rest where last season, excuse me, you have Grant Williams and Al Horford playing 39 minutes a night, 40, 45. Like Al Horford's not that young anymore; he's older, so it's getting on him trying to play back to back nights in the season. Trying to play 40 minutes plus. It's not. It's just if it is a long season, right? 82 game schedule, and I know they're doing something new this year or next year, so we gotta let the big guys rest. Gotta let these guys rest. So, but yeah, as I was saying, the Celtics, been through some adversity, but can the Celtics be a top 5 team in the East? The Celtics have potential to go win the finals. Yes, and yes, of course we do. Of course the Celtics do. Without a doubt, the Celtics can go back. Without a doubt, the Celtics are going to go back. But my worries, my only one concern, a couple concerns, but only a couple concerns. Can everybody stay healthy? Can the Celtics, with all this depth, can Malcolm Brogdon stay healthy? Let's talk about Malcolm Brogdon, actually. Malcolm Brogdon is what the Celtics have been needing for these past couple years at point guard. As good as I'd say Thomas, Kyrie, Kemba, what's my forgetting? Oh, shit. All right. As good as they were, Malcolm Brogdon is exactly what the Celtics needed. His playmaking and his ability to pass is just on a different level. No one can pass like him. No one scans the floor like him. No one has the IQ to being a good passer as Malcolm Brogdon does. He's very underrated. He's he's a good defender, but when he's on offense, and just gotta love how he runs the floor. When I was watching him Sunday, watching him run the floor, it was just amazing. It finally seemed like a point guard, but who will fit. I just want Malcolm Brogdon to be able to fit in his role. And a couple concerns, like, the Celtics point guards just haven't gelled together. It's also like Tatum playing one-on-one iso ball. You got guys just standing in the corner. It's just like, that's just not how you run an offense. Just try to force it. You're out there trying to force a one-on-one. That's just not how you run an offense. You need that guy. Point guard is almost like a quarterback. You got to have that guy slow everything down, break it down, open up the floor, just like open up the field, and then you go from there. And that's what Malcolm Brogdon is bringing to the Celtics. He's opening up the floor, stretching it, and his ability to pass the ball is just on a different level. And that's what the Celtics have been missing for years. It's almost like he's another Rondo, but bigger. Obviously, he's bigger than Rondo, but he will never be Rondo, obviously. But what Malcolm Brogdon is still able to bring to the Celtics, I mean, Brad Stevens is great at GM. He was all right coach, but he's great at GM, and he saw exactly what the Celtics needed, and it's amazing. Like I'm saying, it's gonna be fun watching the Celtics this year. Definitely a tough East. It's gonna be fun to watch. Let's talk about my two favorite guys. My two favorite guys since they were drafted. I got this jersey. When I was in high school as a freshman. 2017. Tatum has been my guy. JT, if you know me, you know if you're you ask one of my friends, or you just know me personally or my family, I love Jason Tatum a lot. JT's my guy. JB, you too. They all work with JT and JB. Jaylen Brown looks great. and he was playing in the gym. In the gym, Jaylen Brown especially looks incredible. Jaylen Brown looks like NBA not giving him an All-Star last year was just ridiculous. I know there's a lot of good players, but come on, you can't also love Jaylen Brown like that. We all know he's one of the best three-point shooters, and he's one of the best two-way shooting guards in the NBA. I'm not gonna compare him and PG, Paul George. Shout out to Paul George, by the way. But he's at least the top 5 shooting guard in the league. Jaylen Brown is starting to step up. His defense was huge in that playoff run. He was absolutely amazing on Durant. Jason Tatum locked down Durant. But Jaylen Brown's defense just underrated too. The only thing about Jaylen Brown, if he can get those handles down and Jaylen Brown can control the ball, I think Jaylen's gonna be fine. It's just the only thing I want Jaylen to work on this year is controlling the ball. Less turnovers from the Celtics. Learn how to control the ball, run an offense, and that's what Malcolm Brogdon's gonna bring to the Celtics. You know what I mean? But Jaylen Brown is still outstanding. Jaylen Brown is outstanding. Jason Tatum, talk about my favorite player. JT, if you ever see this, what's up, my guy? I don't know if you ever will. JT's still my guy. You already know. All right, let's get going. So, Tatum, we all know he's ridiculous. He's incredible. Jason Tatum is the Paul Pierce of the Celtics team. He brings that 2008 Paul Pierce vibes and just, he's that guy. He's got to be that guy, and I think Jason Tatum's going to have an even better year. His finals performance wasn't that great, but that playoff run with Jason Tatum, especially against the Nets, was just outstanding. That was amazing. And when I want to see more of Tatum, it's Tatum. I know Coach Udoka ain't here, but just dish the ball, Tatum. Trust me, Tatum. You don't have to drive it every time, Tatum. Pass the ball, Tatum. Just all you gotta do is just work on his playmaking. That playmaking was huge in that tournament last year. There was 3 things: passing the ball, playmaking, and defense. And Coach Udoka turned Tatum to a very good two-way player. And Jason Tatum, his defense started to pick up. And if Tatum just learns how, as long as Tatum just is able to be a playmaker and still take those fadeaways, Tatum is still a great shot creator. I remember going to the Nets March 6th last year. Celtics beat Durant and the Nets. He dropped 54 points, had an amazing game. Durant in the post-game interview said Tatum's a great shot creator, elite shot creator. Tatum can create his own shot off the dribble. Tatum's just a beast. He's absolutely a beast. That dude is incredible. I'm blessed to have him as a franchise star. I really am. And I'm blessed to have the best young duo in the NBA, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. My guys for life. I would not want any other young duo. These two are incredible. They do fit together. There's always been, for the last 5-something years, the same question: can Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum play together? My answer is yes. They fit together. It's just there's been a lot of, because no coach ever was like Coach Udoka and finally made them realize they can play together, but gotta pass the ball. You can play together, but you gotta play as a whole team too. Pass the ball, work on playmaking, being the playmakers that they were. Be the playmaker that Jason Tatum is. Dish the ball. Marcus Smart said, I wish they had passed the ball in that interview. That whole turned everything around. When the Celtics were going through it last year, not at their best, that opened everything up. And when Coach Udoka said, all right, we're going to do it my way. And Jaylen Brown tweeted, the energy is about to shift. They started passing the ball. Celtics started showing some heart. 19-22 record to the NBA Finals. That turnaround was amazing. 19-22 record to the NBA Finals. Celtics were just on a tear because 3 simple things: passing the ball, defense and playmaking. When they started working on their playmaking, the Celtics turned into a machine. Their defense was amazing. They swept Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Probably some of the best players in the NBA will ever see. And you beat Giannis in Game 7. Tatum chokes Game 5. Celtics choke Game 5. Go to Milwaukee with the Bucks a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Jason Tatum draws 46. Comes home for Game 7. Grant Williams has a game of his life. It's Tatum and the boys passing the ball. They're finding the guys. And you could argue the Celtics would have lost at Middleton. I don't know about that. But anyway, that's in the past. Celtics had a tough series with the Heat. Tatum hurt his wrist. But the Celtics when the Celtics play like a team, and the Celtics show the heart that they have last year, and they show that heart, like 19-22. Let's just go make something happen. Still early, the Celtics went to the finals after a 19-22 record in January. I mean, you cannot make that up. That's how incredible this team is if they play together. Coach Udoka got them to play with each other. The Celtics can play with each other. Sky's the limit. Now, this year is a little tough because of the East, but the Celtics will be back. The Celtics just learn that all you got to do is just play as a team, show heart. I want to see the heart of this team. I want to see the energy with this team. I want to see how this team is. Some adversity. Coach got suspended. Robert Williams is out for the start. I want to see what the Celtics are going to respond with. Are they going to come out and say? Jason Tatum said, "The guys in the locker room, we all believe we can go win a championship. We all believe." I want to see it. I want to see if they believe it. I want to see if the Celtics got it. If the Celtics believe it, they will go do it. If they don't, it's just going to be what the start of last year was. Or the Celtics going to come together and say, we got to come back. Ain't no setbacks. Let's go on a winning streak. Let's go on a tier. Let's go get a ring. Let's go get banner 18. All right, guys. That will do it. More content coming out. I'll be here for tomorrow after tomorrow's game. Go Celtics. Bleed green. Let's go, baby.